guys, it is a Wednesday morning and I am so tired. It is around 9 o'clock right now. I stayed up late last night to finish my book. I'm glad I did, don't get me wrong, I'm glad I did because it really kept me in the swing of things. And I read The Intruder by Freida McFadden. I have read one other of Freida McFadden's books before, which was One by One. I did quite enjoy that book. I did quite enjoy this book. I did rate it 4 stars last night. I was a little bit between 3 and 4 stars last night. There's nothing wrong with the book, like nothing wrong with the book, which is why I ended up going with 4 stars. But it just did not feel like a really highly rated book. Realistically, there's no reason why it should be 3 stars because I don't really have like any critiques of it, but I just didn't get that feeling from it to make it a really highly rated book. But I went 4 stars. It just literally, it got me gripped and I was like, right, I've got to finish this tonight. So I carried on reading and got that done. But I thought, what better first video than to take you through a week with me where I am not doing much. I'm a uni student who's currently off for the summer, so I really do not have much to do. So I thought I'm going to take you through my week with me. This is the next book I'm trying to get finished, and it is Your Knife, My Heart by K.M. Morinova, I want to say. I am halfway through this book already, basically. I am 145 pages and the book is, like, I'm pretty sure just 300 pages. So I'm basically halfway through this book. I'm not loving it, can't lie. It is a struggle to get through at the minute because I just do not love it. This has not been a new feeling. This book has been giving me the same vibe and feeling since like the first 20 pages. The lighting in my room right now is atrocious, but my room is facing another building, so I can't do much about that. But I'm gonna go and hopefully get through this book today, try and get it done with. I do have the second book. Great. I'm hoping that this maybe does pick up a little bit towards the end. I don't think it will, personally. I've read another book by this author before. I think it's The Fabric of Our Souls, something along them lines. And I also didn't love that book either, so I feel like this is giving me similar vibes to that, and I feel like this is not going to pick up. I maybe speak too soon. Don't think I am. I made a nice little smoothie and I'm just going to sit back and read. And nobody is watching and I wanna rise up. Don't know if I can find my way out. In this tiny and everything is growing up tight. if I want to talk about what I have just read. I have no words for what I just read. I cannot say that I just enjoyed what I just read. But page 165 onwards. This might be somebody's cup of tea. Somebody might love this in a book. Me, however, it made me laugh to start with, and then the more I read it I thought, oh my god, they're actually being serious. If there was a running joke, great. It's not a running joke, but I'm going to go away and hopefully read a little bit more, and then I'll update you when I finish that little reading session. I thought I would come and give a little quick update. I'm on page 193 and I don't think this book's going to get any better in the next 100 pages, honestly. And I have a second book, as I mentioned earlier. So I don't think I'll be going straight into the second book from finishing this book. If I don't go straight into it, am I ever going to pick it up? I don't know. Or like, am I going to pick it up anytime soon? Probably not. But I don't think that going to the second book after not enjoying this one is going to be a good thing. It's getting a little bit more into it now. Well, you'd hope so for 200 pages into a 300 page book, but no, that's where I'm currently at. I'm going to try and finish this now though, get it over and done with, and then I can start a new book today and then roll through. It is now around 1 PM and I thought I'd come and give an update as to the book. I have in fact finished it. I need to give this book 2 stars. Now, it was between 1 and 2 stars, but the thing is, there's a lot wrong with it. But there's aspects of it that I like. Like, I like the premise of it, and I like the idea of it. I like the idea of, like, I don't know, the dark forces. And like, the characters were so frustrating. Like, I just did not like the characters. Like, I didn't mind some of the side characters, but I did not like the main characters. Like, it was just so fast-paced at times. Like, I was 30 pages in and I'm thinking, oh my god, you guys have just met. Like, you are meant to hate each other and you have just met, but like, I'm not getting that vibe. 1 star to me is like really low for a book, and I don't quite feel like this fit that, but it definitely wasn't above 2 stars. I can see why this might appeal to some people and why some people would really enjoy this book if they were like kind of like into this stuff, but like I don't mind like a darker book, but like this just wasn't for me. All in all, the premise, great, I like the idea of it, but like the actual writing up of this premise, wasn't sure what book to choose next because I'm kind of in one of them moods where like I kind of want to read a bit of everything, and I feel like as soon as I start reading one thing I'm going to think actually I want to read something else. So in order to combat that, I'm actually just going to try and finish the books that I've already started, because I am a chronic start a book, halfway through a book, pick a new book up, forget about the other one. Can't help it, I do it. I read multiple books at a time and usually that isn't an issue, but like it's only an issue when I stop reading the book. I feel like I'm just under halfway with this book. I'm on page 243. I think there's like 506 pages, I'm pretty sure I checked. But it is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I started this quite some time ago, so I don't think I can fully remember where I got up to, but I'm going to get back through it. And the thing I love about this book is the chapters are so short. It's like dual POV, but the chapters are so short, like, and that is something I really appreciate, because there's nothing worse than when you pick up a book. The thing is, you know you're going to read the full book anyway, but like if you get a book that's got like chapters that are like 20 pages plus, like I just can't think of anything worse. If you've read A Little Life, you will know how big those chapters are and how frustrating it is to actually read. On my Goodreads, I have so many books that I'm currently reading. Some are non-fiction, so I'm not overly pressed about trying to get them done as soon as possible, because non-fiction books take as long as non-fiction books like, essentially. But like I have some fiction books on there that I need to finish, so this is one of them. So I'm gonna get this done, because what I've read so far is really good. This is a problem, is even if I'm enjoying the book, I will stop reading it. I don't know why I do it. I think I've let go of that trait a little bit more now, but these books have been from like a while back that I need to finish, so I'm gonna get these done and then hopefully I can get on track with actually reading books all the way through. Guys, it is now Thursday morning and it's been a little while since I last updated you. I didn't end up reading much yesterday after I'd already filmed. I was supposed to read All the Light We Cannot See and I read like 5 pages and didn't read anymore. I did read quite a bit yesterday morning, so I don't know if that kind of maybe like was enough for me, but I'm going to try and read a lot more today. It's getting later, so the lighting in my room is so bad right now, but I thought I'd come and give you all a quick update that I haven't really done much today. I've literally just been in bed trying to figure out how to edit. I've been reading a little bit more this evening and I've probably read about 45 pages, so I'm really enjoying this. I actually think I'm going to try to get this done tomorrow because I should have just over 200 pages to do tomorrow. Good morning guys, it is now a Friday morning and I've not been too well with updating yesterday. Didn't really have much of an update. From when I last updated, I hadn't read any more. I am currently like 285 pages into All the Light We Cannot See, so I have just over 200 pages today, probably around 221 I think, but I'm hoping to get that done today. I feel like that is achievable. It is a little bit later. I say good morning, it is basically 11 o'clock. Had a very rough night's sleep last night, but today I'm going to try and be a little bit more active with my day. I'm going to go out later, buy some new nail polish because much as I love Fred, I need a new one. And it's really obvious when there's chips as well, which is not a good look. So I'm going to go out and buy some new nail polish. I also want to look in Aldi and see if they have a Stephen King book, because they have a few books that like they have like out and on offer, but I feel like I want the Stephen King book because it's Pet Sematary and I kind of want to start getting into Stephen King books a little bit more. I have a few. I have one up there which is The Institute and I have a few at home, but I want to actually start getting into them and reading them. I am now ready to go shopping, so I'm going to head out again, go find a nail polish and then also go to Aldi and see if they have the book. I really hope they do. I'm meant to be buying books, but because it is so cheap, I feel like it's justified, basically. But I would update you all and say the nails are now freshly painted and I absolutely love them. And I'm now going to just sit and read, and I'm going to try and get, I don't know, like 80 pages done in this next like reading session. And then I do want to get this done today though, so we are a considerable chunk of the way through. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this tiny shell, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe, and nobody is watching at night. I wanna rise up. A quick little update would suffice. I am on page 364 now of the book. I've read just over 100 pages so far, like 120 pages, and I'm loving it. I can't lie. I think the fact that the chapters are so short really does help. Like, you just feel like you're flying through it, and like I feel like that couldn't work for every type of book, but like it definitely works for this book. I just know that by the end of this it is going to be heartbreaking. Got a gut feeling. I do love history, so historical fiction is not something I tend to read as often as I would even think, but I do genuinely enjoy the books I read. I'm now on page 400 of my book and I am loving it. I am definitely getting this done tonight. I just know it's going to be so heartbreaking. It already is, let alone in like 130 page time, so that's where we're at. Definitely getting done tonight, but I'll take a little break because I did order some Indian food. I'm gonna sit and eat this, probably pop something on the TV. Good morning guys, it's Saturday morning and we probably have some of the brightest sun coming into my room right now, which makes me so happy because the lack of sun in this room actually is saddening. Thought I would let you all know that I did in fact finish this book last night. 5 stars. 5 stars. Now, I kind of had a feeling this book would be 5 stars anyway. Like, you just get that vibe from some books, and this book is one of them. It's just devastating. Honestly, it is devastating. Like, I am such a big history nerd. I won't even try and deny that. Like, I am huge on history and anything on them lines. So anything historical fiction I actually do like really like. So I wasn't expecting not to like this book. Now, I find this really interesting. Obviously, again, to some people this might not appeal, but like it definitely does to me. Is there's so much talk about radios, obviously. That is like one of the main premises of this book, but so much talk about radios and how radios were used in the Second World War. I would recommend this book to anybody. I feel like it's very digestible. The chapters are so short. Like, I don't think there's a chapter over like 5-6 pages, which average chapter length is like 2-3 pages, which some people, how do you even get that much information out of a chapter that short? But you just do. I guess the thing that will be slightly confusing is sometimes it does jump back and forth between like years and dates, and it is kind of like, whoa, where are we now? Honestly, it is. I won't spoil anything, obviously, but the end was one of them endings where you just like let out a breath of air because you're like, okay, that was like, I can breathe again, basically. But honestly, if I would recommend any historical fiction book, this one would be one of them. Again, I think it's very easy for the average person to kind of read. I don't think it's anything too technical. I think people would genuinely enjoy this, so definitely. I'm going to get my boyfriend to read this at some point because I feel like I need him to read it and understand it. Like, it's not very centred around romance. If you're somebody who enjoys romance, don't go into this book thinking that that's what you're going to get out of it. You're not. There are strong relationships in it, whether that's romance, not really. The connection you see between the other characters is crazy. Like, it just makes me sad thinking about it. Like, I feel like I'm gonna cry now. I also haven't decided what book I'm reading next. I don't know to read a book on my Kindle or to start another book. I'm not too sure yet. I will check in later when I have actually decided on a book. I have decided what my next book is going to be, and that is Dear Dolly. Now, I have read Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, and I absolutely loved that book. Like, that book was great. I actually can't remember if I gave it 4 or 5 stars. I feel like I should give it 5 to say that I did love it so much, but I actually can't remember, so I would have to go back and check that. But I picked this book up back in September when I first moved to uni, and I just haven't read it. I don't know why. I just don't feel like I've had a drive to read it. Like, I've not been like in that. Like, when I started uni, I wasn't reading much. The end of last year, I did not read much at all. So I finally get into it. I thought it'll be a nice little refresher of a book. It's only quite short as well. It's just over 200 pages. So I think I'm just going to sit today and get this done. It is 1 o'clock and I'm halfway through this book. I definitely think I'm going to finish this within the next couple hours. I might start a new book tonight. I'll see how I'm sort of feeling. So far, I'm really liking it. I feel like I just love Dolly Alderton's sort of writing. I think it's really like normal, but it's got like a way of words. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, I just love her writing. And I think when it comes to this sort of stuff, it is very advice driven and very like life kind of advice and stuff like that. And a lot of these I can't relate to because, again, a lot of them are circumstantial for different people. But I am still loving it. I think it's a great book. I know the more I get into it, there might be something more that resonates with me. There are little bits, but no, so far I am actually really enjoying it. So I'm going to go and get this done within the next, I don't know, it's 1 o'clock. So within the next hour and a half, maybe, I reckon I can do in the next 100 pages. Maybe, we'll see. Might be a bit ambitious, but no, I'm really excited to get this done. And I actually think I'm going to start picking up more of her books that aren't like the more memoir type ones. I might start picking up more that are a little bit more fictional. Also, if anybody has any recommendations for books that are like this or like Everything I Know About Love, please let me know because I absolutely love those books. It has also come to my attention that every time I show you a book, you can't actually read the title properly because it's not inverted. But I don't think I can go through the stress of inverting myself on a camera anytime soon. So my apologies for that because I imagine it is quite annoying. It is now past 4 o'clock and I have finished this book. Now I've been done with this book for a little while. I actually speak to my boyfriend about it and we were speaking about some of the prompts in it and we were just sort of discussing some of it. It's quite a fun little thing to do, really gets you thinking. Like, it's one of those books that you leave it and you're like, oh, have I discovered something? I will say I am going to give this book 3 stars, which it's quite an average rating for me. Like, I always class 3 stars as like my middle ground, as it is. But it's not the right, I don't really feel like there's anything wrong with the book. It's just, I know that at some point in my life I will probably be able to relate to at least one of the prompts in this book, one of the letters, but as of right now I don't really resonate with many of them, so I can't really have that connection. But I will say I would genuinely recommend this book to anybody that might be going through some sort of problem or feeling a bit lost in life or in a certain situation. Read this book and see if anything resonates with you, because I genuinely do think this could really help someone. And I do think that anyone that's kind of sent these letters in and been given a response, I really do think and really do hope that the replies that Dolly gave them do help, because they are, I think Dolly Alderton is a wonderful writer. I think she's very articulate in the way she writes stuff, and she's kind of the people that you read and you think, God, this is a wise woman. Like, this woman knows what she's talking about. And obviously that comes with experience. If you've read Everything I Know About Love, you'll know that a lot of her sort of mentality has come from past experiences. And I will say this book has a very similar vibe to that book, so if you did like that book, I would really recommend reading this. Obviously this isn't as personal on her level, whereas that one is. Yeah, I loved it. I love the writing, I love the style it was set out. She kind of has a bit of humour about it, which I feel like in certain situations you kind of need something to just uplift you, but genuinely there are some things in here which I could see helping a lot of people. So I would definitely recommend this book to anybody. Even though I'm only giving it 3 stars, I still think this book is definitely worth a read for anyone. And if, you know, she ever came out with a book like this in the future that was basically the same thing but more letters and more responses, I would 100% read it, because even though nothing resonates with me as of this point in my life, I feel like at some point something in here will, and I feel like this is going to sit on my shelf, and, you know, if I ever get to that point in life, I'll have a quick read. But no, genuinely great book. Now, in terms of my next book, I am not sure. Like, I wasn't too sure about that book either, but like, I really am not sure what to do in terms of my next book now. I'm thinking maybe a fantasy, but I feel like, I don't know, I always put fantasies off, though it's one of my favourite book genres, but I always put it off because I'm always so scared to start it, because it requires so much brain power sometimes. And when you start a new fantasy book and enter a new fantasy world, magic system, it's all so confusing, and I don't know that's what I want to read right now. I feel like it is, but like, I don't know how to sort of approach that. And I have a lot of fantasy books, so like, where would I even start? Like, do you know what I could do with right now, Chloe Walsh? A new book. I think I'm going to end this reading vlog here. It has been a very short week, Wednesday to Saturday, but I feel like I have read so much already. I now only have 2 books behind my goal to read, so then I'll be back on track, so I'm going to go get those done. I genuinely have enjoyed going through the last couple of days with me, seeing what I read. I feel like it's kind of keeps you motivated in a way, but no, I'm very happy. I did finish 3 books during this vlog, and also another book the night before I started this vlog. So I have finished 4 books since Tuesday, which I am over the moon about, because I really needed this. But no, I think that's it for this video, so